Today I am in one of my favorite places. This is Punta Gorda, one of the hidden treasures. Getting after that next. Okay, so I came up to Punta Gorda, Florida today, and I'm standing over by the Lashley Crab House, Lashley Park. This is the parking behind me for the lot. It also has, as you can see, parking for trailers for the boat ramp, as we're going to see right out here. Okay, so if you're one of those people looking for a place to put your boat in, this is one of them. Anyway, Punta Gorda. That means Fat Point. And you're thinking, who the heck is naming a city Fat Point? Well, if you look at the way Punta Gorda is set up, it is a large point, and it's rather fat, and it extends out into the Charlotte Harbor. So that is why it was named that way. And you will hear it said as Punta Gorda, you'll hear it said as Punta Gorda, and that kind of just depends on what your take is and how you want to say it. And it's one of the largest natural harbors in the US. So if you're a water-seeking person, this could definitely be a place for you. You'll see we have all kinds of warnings and things, all kind of ordinances for the area that you have to obey. And then if you look up over my shoulder there, that's the Lashley Crab House. It sits right on the marina, gives you a great view while you're sitting down for some of our local seafood. The city's only about 15 square miles, and it sits between Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Port Charlotte. So it's right on the Peace River, and I am currently going to be walking down one of the many bicycle and walking paths that are around the city. And every place you go, you're just going to get these views. They're going to be here. If you're coming to stay in the area, you're going to find three of the most popular hotels. There's the Wyvern right behind me. You got Spring Hill right there. And you got the Sheraton right here. This time of year, rates are going to be a little high. Best thing about this location is that everything is down here. All the restaurants, the nightlife, the marina, all this stuff is down here. Fishermans Village is about a mile to the west of this, and we're going to talk about that in just a minute. But this area, Punta Gorda, is surrounded by water, and it truly is a major waterfront community. Now, it's small, so that's going to affect things like pricing. When we talk about home pricing in just a minute, you're going to understand why, because it's very similar to Cape Coral in that it has a lot of water, a lot of waterfront property, just not the way it does in Cape Coral. As you can imagine, with all of the water around us, there are multiple boat ramp launches, and we're going to discuss some of those. But first and foremost, we're just going to take a trek right along the Harbor Walk Trail here and give you some insight as to what it would be like if you were living here. Now, there's no true beach in Punta Gorda. Regardless of what anybody tells you, there are a lot of parks that sit on the water, a lot of riprap, a lot of places you can go fishing, but you're not going to a beach. Closest beach for you is probably going to be Venice Beach. Venice Beach is about 45 minutes away. It's a wonderful beach, great coloration of the water, you get that emerald color, and you can even go to Casperson Beach at the south end of Venice Beach and get shark's teeth. That's where it's considered the shark tooth capital of the world, so that's why you're going to want to do that. Now, this harbor walk that I'm on right now, this thing will go 2.5 miles from the Bayfront Hospital over to Fisherman's Village. And Fisherman's Village, while it's our ultimate destination, I don't know if we're going to get there walking or if we're going to be riding. Now, along this harbor, walk, you're going to see a lot of different things. You're obviously going to get a lot of waterfront. You're also going to see some of the restaurants and tiki bars and things that people frequent. We're going to be passing TTs here shortly, but with that said, you're also going to run into a lot of historic homes and neighborhoods, and there's just a lot of things to take in as you're coming through the area. Now, as we continue going down the way here, there's going to be a park of sorts, and that park is going to have sport courts. It's going to have a playground. There's a lot of different things we can do here in the area. There's a splash pad that's over at Lashley Park for the kids, and you'll also note that our traffic is completely split from the northbound and southbound. That way you can keep moving quicker. We do also have some other little nuances. You'll notice over my shoulder in the water that there's one of those little tiki boats out there. So you can usually and southbound. That way you can keep moving quicker. We do also have some other little nuances. You'll notice over my shoulder in the water that there's one of those little tiki boats out there. So you can usually hire those on an hourly basis. You take your own drinks and things with you, and you're off and running out in the water, having a little fun. Another thing I'm seeing here and want to make note of, this behind me is TT's. TT's is a very large tiki bar that's set right on the Peace River, and you'll see the stage set up there. Well, they have concerts here often, especially on the weekends, especially during season, which we're in right now. So you will be able to find plenty of entertainment in the area as you come in. Now the shopping here is more local mom and pop shops. You're not going to find a lot of the big franchise places. There is a Home Depot coming into town. There's a couple restaurants like a Waffle House and IHOP, things like that you'll be able to find. But for the most part, they're mom and pop shops. And we're going to be discussing some of the nightlife here too, so hang tight. Again, this is a historical town, and with that said, we do have a number of memorials and museums in the area. So for somebody that likes to take in the culture and see a lot of the area is obviously a historical area, and it will also be offering you the opportunities to look at some of the different things of the areas and the museums. There's also a sculpting garden that's in the area. So if you're somebody that's looking for culture, which I can say that I'm not necessarily that guy, but there's plenty of it here if that's your thing. With the area also being historical the way it is, we have a large veteran population, and there's a huge memorial over at Lashley Park. The Vietnam War wall, it's a memorial wall. It is a mini version of the one that's in Washington, D.C., and it is on display. You cannot bicycle, skateboard, or anything else near that particular memorial wall. It's a respect thing. They want you to just stay free of it other than going and walking by and taking pictures. As of this year, the population just went over 20,000, and the growth rate, as of this year, the population just went over 20,000, and the growth rate is only 3.5%, so it shouldn't blow up at any point. But as you'll see, again, 15 miles of square area is not a lot, so there's only so much growth that can come into the area before you have to go spread into other areas like south of here or north of here. North is Port Charlotte, north Port Englewood, and south of here is Cape Coral and Fort Myers. There's plenty of places to build on the way in between, but that's what you can expect when you're looking in the area. The median age for Punta Gorda is 65, and the median income I've seen ranges from 65,000 to 88,000. So how true those numbers are, I would say it's probably pretty accurate because of the fact that the median age for Punta Gorda is 65, and the median income I've seen ranges from 65,000 to 88,000. So how true those numbers are, I would say it's probably pretty accurate because of the fact that it is, again, a 65-year-old median age. So generally people have a little bit of means and make it a little more comfortable to live here. Another thing about the area is crime rate is only at 76 is the rating. The national average for crime rating is 270. So yeah, very safe compared to the rest of the nation. Now you're probably asking, well, where would the best places to live be? Well, I'm going to tell you, near this kind of stuff. And what that's going to mean to you is Punta Gorda Isles, Bird Store Isles, and Deep Creek. Deep Creek is the only one that is north of the river. The other two are south of. They're subdivisions. They're not gated communities. So they're just going to have some deed restrictions. You're not going to have commercial vehicles and things like that. Real quick, why I have it on mine, if you see behind me, that's the Sunseeker Resort. And I think I'm getting it in there. That Sunseeker Resort is the new one coming by Legion Air, and it is going to be fantastic. So I'll open in October of this year, and once it does open, we'll be over there getting you some shots. That's the Sunseeker Resort. And I think I'm getting it in there. That Sunseeker Resort is the new one coming by Legion Air, and it is going to be fantastic. So I'll open in October of this year, and once it does open, we'll be over there getting you some shots. And if you're looking for a channel to tell you a little bit more about what it's like to live, play, eat, sleep, and buy real estate on the Gulf Coast, this is a channel for you. Go ahead and subscribe, hit the little bell, make sure you're notified every time. Go ahead and go to our next Florida home. And if you're looking for a channel to tell you a little bit more about what it's like to live, play, eat, sleep, and buy real estate on the Gulf Coast, this is the channel for you. Go ahead and subscribe, hit the little bell to make sure you're notified every time. Go ahead and go to our nextfloridahome.com to start your search, or go to our Next Florida Home app, and you'll be able to also do an MLS search there. And if nothing else, if you are not able to get the information that you want there, then you can do like everyone else does and call, text, or email, because I've got your back when moving to the Gulf Coast. So the median home price, according to Rocket Homes, is $550,000, with an increase of $50,000 just over the last year. Now, the MLS doesn't really back that up. From what I found on my search over the last 12 months, you're looking at $400,000, or anywhere in that area of $400,000 is the median home price. Something to put into consideration with that, because of all the waterfront property, those prices on the water are going to be pushing $7, $8, and even $1 million plus. So those go into the averages, and you have to take that into consideration. That 400 doesn't mean that every home that you come across is going to be 400 or more. It just means that the median price, so from the lowest to the highest, that's the point right in the middle. So if you're looking for something in that price range, we're going to have things for you to look at, but that's what to expect. And remember, smaller town, less choices. Now, as you've seen, this area is very well known for waterfront sports, boating, fishing, shopping, dining, all these things. And there are plenty of bicycle and walking paths. There's actually some color-coded ones that you can go all throughout the city. I can even connect this just about down to Cape Coral. But that is the kind of active lifestyle you're going to have here. We're going to go by the sport courts here shortly, and you're going to see there's pickleball, there's tennis, there is a playground, so there's a lot of areas for the family to enjoy as a whole. And then as you make your way over to Fisherman's Village, like we will do, there are lots of shopping opportunities. Definitely going to have some restaurants and things to take in over there, and live music will be present. There's a sunset cruise over there. You can charter boats out of there. You can pull your own boat up there. There's a second marina over there. We did use that marina back in the 4th of July, and it was, I'm going to say I remember it somewhere around $70 to just have a slip for the night. So relatively inexpensive to bring your boat, to get yourself set up. Don't have to worry about parking. And again, that's right there at Fisherman's Village, so you're right where all the entertainment's going on. They also have built their own tiki hut style bar over there so that you can take in the sunsets, just like you'll notice over my shoulder again is all of the Adirondack chairs. Those chairs are, everybody sets them up. They'll eventually have fire pits and things out there depending on the time of year. They'll have umbrellas. As you can see, today's a little hotter. I have a little sweat on my face, and I've done everything I can to do everything I tell you to do when you're dealing with this warm weather. I've got a hat. My sunglasses, I can't really see the camera lens too well because they're polarized. And I put some sunscreen on just to cover all the bases. But that's the stuff you have to do when you're in this weather. We're hitting record temperatures right now, so you have to be careful at times. Once again, I mentioned that most of the shops and restaurants here are mom and pop style. So if you're looking for the bigger franchise stuff, there is a mall right in the center of Port Charlotte where you can find Best Buy and things like that. Obviously, if you drop down to Fort Myers, you're going to find much of your shopping down there, probably even further right into Estero with Miramar and GCTC, Gulf Coast Town Center. So those are the places you're going to go for that kind of shopping, but you're going to get some really quaint places here, some really nice spots. Once again, I mentioned that most of the shops and restaurants here are mom and pop style. So if you're looking for the bigger franchise stuff, there is a mall right in the center of Port Charlotte where you can find Best Buy and things like that. Obviously, if you drop down into Fort Myers, you're going to find much of your shopping down there, probably even further right into Estero with Miramar and GCTC, Gulf Coast Town Center. So those are the places you're going to go for that kind of shopping, but you're going to get some really quaint places here, some really nice places. We went to one of the old style diners not too long ago in Port Charlotte. It was called Sweets Diner, and it was the old style. You sit up at the bar, you watch them making the food. Everything's very small and tight quartered and quaint. So nice little places that you can visit. Unique foods that you can sample, and the best thing is, talk to your neighbors. They'll tell you where to go if you're looking for a different menu for the evening. Now, one attraction of the area that's getting a lot of popularity is the Punta Gorda Airport. It's because they're direct flights. Those direct flights go to many destinations and are relatively inexpensive, so if you're looking for a way to get in and out of the town that you live in relatively easily, Punta Gorda might be a place for you. As I mentioned, there's a lot of museums and things in the area. There's a military heritage museum that will, again, give you... There's another place that does really good for sunsets. There's another boat ramp down there, and there's a wildlife preserve that's down there as well, and that's the Ponce de Leon Park. So if you're looking for another unique place to catch a sunset, it's all the way west on this fat point. And once you go down there, you're going to be able to get all the water views, a lot of open space. Like I said, there's a boat launch, so if you're looking to put your boat in somewhere and catch a sunset, it's all right out there at Ponce de Leon Park. Now, the one thing that's unique also about Punta Gorda is that there are lots of Gulf access properties, and the bridge heights are higher. Yes, I said higher than Cape Coral. Cape Coral is on average about 8.5 feet. You'll see many of the bridges up here up to 11 and 12 feet. So it does give you more options for bigger boats if that's one of your concerns. Now, the one thing that's unique also about Punta Gorda is that there are lots of Gulf access properties and the bridge heights are higher. Yes, I said higher than Cape Coral. Cape Coral is on average about 8.5 feet. You'll see many of the bridges up here up to 11 and 12 feet. So it does give you more options for bigger boats if that's one of your concerns. Now, despite its small size, there's still a vibrant nightlife in the area. You'll see places like Fishermans Village, Dean's. Now, despite its small size, there's still a vibrant nightlife in the area. You'll see places like Fisherman's Village, Dean's. We passed Dean's on the way in, and there is the Harbor Social, which is more live music. There's a food truck there and they serve drinks, but it's not an actual functioning restaurant. Down here, TT's, obviously, there's always something going on, and there's numerous other locations around the downtown that you can find entertainment. So you don't have to leave the area for that, unless you choose to. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Punta Gorda, Florida. It's a hidden treasure. It might be someplace that you would consider. I'll be doing more videos on the area. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Punta Gorda, Florida. It's a hidden treasure. It might be someplace that you would consider. I'll be doing more videos on the area as we get fully acclimated. I made some changes this week just trying to give you something different, give you a different perspective. And again, I'm breaking the middle of all this traffic, so hopefully the sound comes out good with this, and I'm giving you accurate and complete information. If you have any more questions about moving to Florida or living in Florida, check out one of these other videos. And if you've got any questions for me and you need an answer to, you've got to call, text, or email, because I've got your back when moving to the Gulf Coast. Back when moving to the Gulf Coast.